All right, good morning, everybody. We're going to take a look at some assets this morning, see if we can't find some price action setups. Let me kill this ringtone on my phone. All right, looks good. How's everybody doing this morning? Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it. This daggone thing, man, it's driving me crazy. Let's see here. Aussie yen having a pullback day. It's not extremely bearish, right? Just a couple 4-hour sessions or candles that's been going to the downside. It's to be expected. This thing's been rocking and rolling for a couple weeks to the upside. Same with Aussie Swiss. Right, here you go. There's 3-day supply. All right, that's a 3-day supply zone on a 3-day closing basis. You did close on the 3-day up inside of it. So the next step until you take out this bullish candle would be to look for support, right? Because the bulls have already shown a willingness to trade above resistance and into a supply zone. So here was your resistance, these two candles. This is your supply zone, right? That bullish candle right there. Price took it out to the downside with a massive close. Then you had downside continuation, traded back up into supply, verified it as supply. A couple days, same thing, boom, there's your rip to the downside. So this thing has been pulling back pretty good, and we were looking for continuation to the downside. On the 3-day RSI, you can see here that it is indeed at a spot where people are going to look to sell. Same on the weekly, but the daily, it's above. We go by what the daily is. The reason for this is because, yes, it would be nice to catch a weekly range expansion, but we must focus on the daily range expansion to begin with, right? We can't just grasp for straws unless you're taking those positions based solely on a weekly strategy. But we're not. We're doing it for the daily. We're looking for daily range expansions so that way we can capitalize on an intraday basis. So let's get to the daily. Here we see the daily. There is resistance here and here. Let's see. Yeah, that one. So you can already see that you're trading below it, which is fine. It's the close that matters. We're not going to look to take any positions on Aussie yen today, right? You're trading into support on the 4-hour. Here is support. The video I released yesterday, a couple of people's been asking on is it just a daily time frame? My strategy is all time frames. It's price is fractal. So if you're looking for supply and demand zones and support and resistance in the way that I do it, you can do that on a 4-hour, a 1-hour, even down to a 5-minute. Obviously the dailies and the 8 hours and stuff like that, those levels are going to hold more weight than say an hourly supply zone. But yes, we're looking for the same exact thing all the time. Here's a 4-hour demand zone, right? Price is trading up, put in a bearish candle. So any trade back into this area here is looked at as possible demand. So can you take a long there based on demand? Yes. The problem is you're coming into it very hot. Time and price matters, right? You're coming into it very, very quickly. Now, if this 4-hour closes with another push lower, like maybe down to the support, which is the close of that 4-hour candle, and then rip back up above that level, then you might be able to start looking for long positions. However, Aussie Swiss, it's doing the same thing. So this appears to be Aussie in itself pulling back, right? You can see Aussie Swiss is already trading into the 4-hour. Right, so you had a prolonged period up here, just flat top, and then now you're pulling back. So it can find support, but we're gonna let it find support. Euro Aussie came off with when the Aussie started to get long last week before. So I don't really see a whole lot. The one thing that I do like today for a trade is Euro USD. I just want to look at these things real quick. Aussie yen or pound yen looks like dog snot. Pound dollar seeing a bit of weakness. Took out 4-hour support on the downside with a close. So any pushback up into this area could be looked at as a possible short. The problem is with this as well, you are on a daily uptrend, right? You're above the 50, so you're fighting against momentum by looking for shorts. You're on the wrong side, the opposite side of momentum if you're looking for shorts. With that being said, it can absolutely still play out to the downside. So we'll watch pound. We'll watch it right back up into this level here and see if it gets up in there. And if it does and starts showing rejections on an hourly, then we might take that to the downside. I've seen before Euro USD making higher highs and higher lows, and then pound making lower highs and lower lows. So, I mean, it can happen. Just because they're both trading against the dollar doesn't mean they have to be strong outright in themselves as well. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Let me just make sure real quick. Could you check Solid Link, please? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're going to talk about cryptos because Bitcoin's falling a little bit. Let me just get through these real quick. Yeah, there's nothing else. Let me look at silver. It's here, so might as well look at it. Silver's getting pulled back. Getting a pullback. Overall, this thing doesn't look good, but you are above the 50. So what you want to see on silver is you're possibly getting ready to see a setup, right? Trading into the 50, and you're also pulling back. Now, right about now, you are into the midpoint of this daily candle. You're at the 618. So if you're looking to take an intraday trade based solely on the range of that bullish daily, you're into an area where you can possibly get long. Same scenario. You're coming in this level hot. So, I mean, you could pull back all the way to the 382 and still see bearish momentum. It just depends on who's in control of the order flow today. Right now, it looks like the bears are. All right, at 12 o'clock, this thing put in a high and has been ripping lower ever since. I'm sorry, 2100 hours. It's been ripping to the downside ever since. So pullback is in order. So yeah, right there, 618. I don't see any hourly levels in there. Here is old hourly resistance. That's as close as you get to the 618. Yep, that's it. That's the highest resistance level, and it sits just under the 618 on the hourly. So yeah, silver might find support. The safest way to do it is to let it find support, right? Let it close a couple hourlies above the 618. That price is 24.27. Moving on, Euro USD. So this thing looks like it's getting ready to rip to me, right? A couple other people were looking at this thing to the short side yesterday. There's your bullish momentum, right? So the order flow is to the upside. Thank you, Aaron, for the super sticker, my friend. There you go. Resistance. Traded into resistance. Rejected. Yesterday, that would have been a beautiful trade, right? Trade up into this thing. That's a beautiful test of old resistance. Short, looking for this low to be hit. Boom. Trade complete. You can see today, though, you are ripping back to the upside. So it's an inside day today, which is okay, because if we're looking for that daily range to expand, we want to take positions on inside days. The problem with that is we do not know if it's going to continue to be an inside day or if you're going to get a range expansion. So here's what I'm looking at. To the upside is only 14 pips to this swing high, right? What do we got from this to that hourly supply zone that's sitting right overhead? 18 pips. This is that supply candle that I'm talking about right there. So it's not quite 20 pips from this area. I can't get this thing to work. From this area to there, 17.4 pips. 18 pips. So I mean, that's on the table. 18 pips. These ranges, these daily ranges are so small. I wish they would kick up and start moving again. So here's support. It's obvious support, right? It's an old area of resistance. There's your break. Here's your retest. Now you've been struggling at this area for the last 3 hours. Look at this nasty thing here. Penetrated all the way down to this support, right? Didn't stop anybody out. This is the swing low that the sellers need to get below in order to stop these people out. So it's one of those things. To me, it looks like a buy. It just doesn't have much on the table as far as targets. Let's see. If we took a short, okay, so the short, there's 20 pips. So you're like right in the middle of a range. Goodness gracious. It just looks to me like it could be a long. And the only reason I'm saying that is because the trend is obviously up, right? Since you put in this low, you've been on this slight parabolic trend to the upside. Now, these do tend to break down. These parabolic lines, uptrends. There's no close under it, though. Even here, right? No close under it. Not one close underneath that. So, yeah. It's definitely what people are taking bids upon. So, I don't know. We're going to keep a look at it. I want to buy it down here. And if it stops me out and comes down here, then oh well, right? Oh well. The trend is up, so we're looking for upside swings. USD CAD having a big strong day. So this must mean CAD weakness or dollar strength. There's your CAD weakness. There. Now I'm still long in this when I took this entry looking for this target, and I finally got that taken out. So I'm just sitting in it with my entry and stop at the same price. That's roughly around 87,300. If this comes down and takes me out, I don't care. I already took the money out of the trade from this push to the upside. So we'll see what happens. Longer term, CAD yen had a bit of a pullback, a decline starting back in June. And you've basically been trading inside of this range here. From this swing high to this swing low is a massive range. And you're basically in the middle of it. Daily supply here, that's what's holding price. You have already taken out the previous day's low right there. So any short side targets have been achieved. So we'll see if this thing finds support. And USD CAD, like I said, it's having a pretty strong day today. Broke beneath this ascending trend line here. Let's get rid of all this stuff because I can't even make heads or tails of it. So here we go. Resistance, old support, should be resistance, right? The supply zone is there. Just, it's so close. When it's so close like that, just use the support, right? Because that was support until this candle broke down. You could even look at this support here because it's lower. There's the breakdown. So if it tests this area and this area holds as resistance, this could be a short, aiming for this swing low. So here to here, that's your trade. If it does indeed stall at one spot, 25898. We already looked at pound yen, pound CAD, sideways, choppy, garbage. USD JPY took a short on this last night, took profits on it last night, exited this morning with a stop. This hit my stop, right? This thing was not moving. So when we put in this thing here yesterday, I just went ahead and exited the position. And I'm glad I did because now that position was stopped. NZD CAD, nothing. Pound, we've already looked at. Swiss yen, and then let's go garbage. Absolute garbage. And Bitcoin. All right, so don't get fearful, right? That's a pullback. It's a pretty big candle. You have taken out yesterday's low and the high. This is a daily outside or a bearish engulfing, whatever term you want to put on it. That's what it is. Absolutely. Bitcoin can trade all the way down here, $50,000 and still remain solvent. Let's see if it does. Or good, not solvent, but bullish. This is the area where Bitcoin needs to stop and find support. I don't like this. When you finally just break out and then start to see massive selling. Okay, the reason for it is because this area is one of those areas on the chart that I don't like because it still stinks of possible sell side continuation. Here you go. Okay, this is not what I wanted to see. This is why I said I'm waiting on the weekly close. We did get it barely with this stupid little daily here. But this thing's coming in hot. Now, this is just a daily. If you look at the weekly, this looks like absolutely nothing. And on the weekly, support can be lower. 49,284. You can trade all the way down to there and still remain bullish. So I'm not saying to get nervous or anything. I'm just saying I don't like it when this happens. This didn't happen on ETH. When I want to see a breakout, what I want to see is I want to see something break out, because essentially the mindset behind it is the breakout is stopping people out. And then depending on how many people were sitting there short will determine the strength and the size of the breakout. So you can see, if it's a massive short squeeze, you can see days and days of bullish price action. Days and days. But the fact that we're pulling right back down into that level so quickly, just 2 days after, just don't like it. Don't like it. So Bitcoin needs to hold. It needs to hold above this weekly area here. I would give it that much slack, so to speak. That much slack. I did take profits on this yesterday as well on the KuCoin account. So yeah, we're just basically waiting. There's no point to be nervous. Like I said, it can go all the way to $49,000 and still be good. If it gets down there today, I'm not gonna like that at all. If you put in the weekly support on the first day of the week, second day of the week, don't like it. So we shall see. But like I said, I'm so nervous up in here until I get that weekly close above that 618. So I wouldn't be taking any new bullish positions. Not, big ones. I mean, if you're buying for hodl positions, that's entirely different, right? But if you're day trading it as well, it's totally different. But most people are looking to buy Bitcoin so they can hold it to run up to $500,000 by September or whatever. But price don't work like that. We shall see. Good support test. So if you're looking for a buying position, that would be 49,284. All right, and what did Michelle ask for? Sol and what? Oops. There she is. Oh wait, that's not the one though. Link and Sol. All right, let's go look at Link. Stinky Linky. Where are you at? Where are you at this morning, Link? Doing the same thing. It's pulling back. This is good, right? Big strong breakout. This is what I'm talking about. This is what you want to see. What I want to see on Bitcoin, right? Big strong, couple days to the upside, slight pullback, then rip to the upside. We haven't got that yet on Bitcoin, so this could be the pullback, getting ready to rip, or it could be the bull trap as well. That's what I want everybody to understand. Like, we know traps exist. Since we know they exist, we have to be cautious when they're breaking out in certain areas, because it's all it could be is just a trap. This damn near tested that supply zone. Link. Right here. That's it. That's the one. So this could be front running that supply zone. There's another support there, but it's an old support. Very old, but it hasn't been retested. So once this capitulation candle happened, notice how you never got a retest of that support there. Never did get a retest of it. Price traded up into this wick, and that was good enough. See ya. So that's probably what it was testing there, and then boom, big reversal. Big reversal. So now what shorts are going to be doing, they're going to be watching the open of this bullish candle for possible short side entries. Like that. 33.58. When price trades back up into this, or the close, because the close is resistance. Excuse me, get up there, right there. Possible short side sets. I wouldn't, because the price is bullish and you're fighting against bullish momentum. This thing was overbought, so a pullback is inevitable. This is good, healthy price action. It's decently healthy on Bitcoin too, but Bitcoin hasn't been showing nearly the strength as some of these things. This was a nice couple days of a rip though, so you got to give it its due. This has just been ugly, right? Very, very ugly. All right, so let's see. There's two prices to watch for support on Bitcoin. Now let's go look at Sol. All right, Sol is just Sol. Jesus, this thing is just ripping. That is a short squeeze. Like that's what I would love to see on Bitcoin. Ripping to the sky. 1 day pullback, 1 day pullback, 1 day pullback. Just that is completely and absolutely insane. There is nothing to do. I mean, if you wanted to take a position way up here in this extremely overextended market, see if support holds at 146. There was massive divergence on it, but you don't have it anymore. The oscillator is trying to make, well, you might have it slightly. It depends on where today closes. If it closes here or lower, you will have a little bit of a lower high on the oscillator. But I mean, it's only normal that you're going to start running out of steam on this thing. It is insane. Insane. Nothing to do on it. Trade would have been down in here somewhere, like where I took it on Luna at about the $10 mark. This thing is just going crazy. So from that low, it's up 500, 700 and some percent. That'd been 1,000x, 2,000x in some cases if you were levered up. AVAX, I'm watching this for a possible short. I think this thing may be done, right? The reason is because of this candle right here. Took out support. Now, it did look like a bear trap, but it came up into resistance and resistance held. So this is the short opportunity. I was watching it last night and then I got a little bit busy, so I missed the entry on it to the short side, but I was looking to short this to the downside and I missed it. And it's already hit targets. There's the low of day. Here's your, that's where I would have been taking profits. So we'll see what it does now. I'm looking for it to come lower, but it may hold here. If this was a trap, it may hold here. That's a lot of selling. A lot of selling, and everything else looks like Bitcoin. You can see over here on the watch list, everything is red. Luna's off 10%, AVAX 9%. Comp 9%, Cardano 8%, but Cardano's in the daily support right there, daily support. So if I'm looking for entries on Cardano, I wouldn't be, because that's a pretty big rip to the downside. Time and price, right? Yes, it's support for now. It's daily support for now. If you can't close hourlies below this level, then I might look for bullish opportunities. That's it. You get an hourly close below that, there's hourly support right below it. So just watch that. If you're looking for hourly closes below support to basically minimize the opportunity, then you do that. 2.51 hourly close below it. No longer looking for bullish opportunities on that. ETH is a 3-day commonly used by traders. It just depends on the trader. I use it because it's midweek. That's essentially all, right? From daily to weekly, that's 5 candles. That's 5 whole days, 6 in some cases. For the cryptos, it's 7. So the 3-day just gives you basically like a midweek. That's also why I have the 12-hour up here. If you notice, I don't use the 12-hour much in my analysis, simply because it's just a half of a day. And I like the 8-hour better because there's 3 sessions every day. Asian, London, New York. So the 8-hour, in my opinion, gets that better than the 12-hour. But it's a half of a day. So the 3-day is just half of a week, basically. I use it. I don't use it often because I'm more short-term minded. But swing traders and stuff like that, absolutely. We'll look at that. Position traders are basically looking at monthlies and quarterlies. They don't care about anything lower. Morning, Ethan fam. What's up? Good morning, the Agile Leader. Could we please check Uni USD? Yeah, let me just go up and make sure I did not miss anybody else up there. Did not. Uni. Wait, did you say Uni? Damn it, I missed it. Where did it go? Yes, Uni USDT though. Uniswap. What's this thing doing? Damn, it's getting crushed. It's absolutely getting pummeled right now. That's a big hourly. Rip to the downside, my friend. Yeah, this looks like it's running out of steam, dude. This bull trap has been confirmed. So now you're looking for shorts all the way down to this daily support. Doesn't mean it'll work, right? It never means it'll work, guys. Trading is, price is 100% random. Anything can happen to cause it, what you think is going to happen, to not happen, right? Any news event, some big news event for Uniswap could come in and this thing would absolutely rip in your face. But right now, price action looks like it's running out of steam, and it put in a bull trap as well. When you took out the low of that candle and then you had continuation, that basically confirmed it. So now I will be looking for shorts. If we test 28 spot 54, be a good spot to look for short side sets. I doubt it will, because it's got some momentum. There is nothing on the hourly for me to even look at. Maybe watch the midpoint of this big bearish candle if you're looking for shorts. Jesus, what's going on over here? I'm losing stuff. Yep. I knew that wouldn't last. Oh well, what can you do? Outside of just moving. So yeah, it looks like it's going to go lower. I would stay away from it right now. If you're in this thing from $25 and up, as far as for a long, you might want to think about taking that off. As long as you're long underneath where price is right now, you're okay, I guess. But it looks like it's coming in with some heat, right? It's coming in fast. So what I would probably do is, on any pushback to the upside, if you're in it lower, like above $20, maybe look to take profits there. You don't want to take profits when it's in the midst of ripping to the downside, because you probably will likely get a bounce back up to $27 or something. So instead of selling it at $26.36, you can sell at $27, $27.50, somewhere in there. But I wouldn't be taking any new bullish positions. This is coming in quick, dude. Something's going on, right? Something's going on. This one just doesn't look good to me. This looks like it was a short all along. Here, let's put the fib on it. Same way we had on Bitcoin, from a massive all-time high down to this swing low. So yeah, above the 50, under the 618. 618 also had a supply zone right there. It never stood a chance. It's a big, strong, bullish trap. Trapping everybody long. Yes, it's a breakout. Let's get long on this. Push back down. They were wrong. Boom, boom, boom. This chewed them up for the next 3 days. Rip to the downside. It's coming into daily support though, so you're not looking for new shorts. You got to let it pull back up into old support and check that as resistance, and then you can target this support down here. But there is a current support right there. Not looking great for Uni. Morning, says Run DMC 555. Before it 2x's, Agile Leader Saul has already 7x'd. You think it's gonna 2x from here? So 181, let's just call it $200 because it literally almost hit it. So here's 400. I mean, it could. It's on a rip roaring fest, but I mean, looking for a 2x up here above all-time highs is a bit much. Like, that's called expectations. You can't have that. Not in the marketplace. It will literally, you can't have expectations in the market, guys. The reason, I mean, if you want to learn how to do it, you gotta take positions at higher probable areas for the trade to work out. If you're looking to get long now, you're looking to get a big, ugly, bearish candle right in your face. This thing can keep going up, but eventually one day you're gonna have something that goes like this, and that's massive. That one daily candle right there took off 45% of the asset's total value. How big of a 45% pullback beyond this? So all the way down to here. Yeah, just be careful. This thing is moving with leverage. You can get smoked real quick and easy. This thing's literally moving within, like, here, let's go look. Hourlies, let's look at 5-minute candles. This puts things into perspective a little bit. So this 5-minute candle right here, can't do it. Let's see. From here, 191 to 195. So that 5-minute candle was $3. $3 levered up, 5x. That's $15. That thing moved. That's a 5-minute candle. $15. So if you got, say, 1,000 of them, 1,000 of these, and it's moving $15 every 5 minutes, it can get very, very crazy. Just be careful. It's already ripped to the upside. See how much, look how much bigger these candles are than these. This thing is probably getting ready to collapse. See, these are your, this is your move up, and then this is selling right here. All right, people are taking profits. Big strong move to the downside. 5-minute supply right there. Boom, new support. So currently you've started a leg to the downside, but it's a 5-minute, right? 5 minutes don't hold nothing. There's your hourly candle to the downside. So if you want to look for bullish entries, make sure you do it at bearish candles. Right there's 2 spots you can watch. This is old level of support, or daily. I think it was a daily resistance level. Yeah, there. All right, 146.46. See if that level holds as support. If it does, then maybe it wants to go more, but I would leave it alone. It's completely stretched out. What does Luna look like? Did it do the same thing? Did it follow suit? No. See, Luna's topping out. Luna is topping out. Is Solana a low cap? I mean, not a low cap, but does it got a lot of supply? Is it like a penny stock where there's just not much volume, so it doesn't take much to lift off? Something's going on, man. That thing is just crazy. I wouldn't be messing with it. Not even looking for shorts. Getting my question early, so feel free to ignore till you are ready. Do you ever trade using TPO? I'm not sure what TPO is. Clipper 70? Not quite sure, my friend, what you're meaning by that. Do you ever trade using TPO? I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a platform or something. So if you can just put it in the comment down below and I'll go look at it. Sold 2x, not my theory, but was interested. Love the sound effects. Yeah, man, just be careful. I'm only saying that I'm not trying to upset anybody, but I don't want to see nobody get hurt. Sol is in the position to really hurt a lot of people. Team Alameda behind Sol. Gotcha. .USDT. Yeah. Here, let me go back up as I wait on Clipper 70 to explain what he's talking about. Good morning. Hoping there's a big old stop run happening this morning across crypto. It could be. And it meaning a crash is coming. Yeah, they're always out there. It's possible for everything. Can you explain a little what you mean by the price moves away from the support ETC on the entry? Do you take the entry on the next candle or the third ETC? Is it a filling or... Yeah. I take those positions, depending on what the setup is, I will take it as soon as it hits that level. Like, I tell you guys to wait on closes because you're not quite sure what you're even looking for yet. Once you understand what you're looking for, then you can start to make the decision on whether or not you want to take the position as soon as it touches the level or not. The reason I do it is because I know how to manage my risk. I know what to look for. If it starts to go against me, I don't have to sit in there and wait for my stop to get hit. But generally, you'll get a tradable bounce off of these levels anyways, even if you're on the wrong side of the market. So it's just one of those things. I will take it as soon as the level hits. Like for instance, this right here. As soon when I say when price trades away from it and comes back. So like this. Let's use this as support. Price is trading away from it now. This level, support. Right? That level was support on this test. Today it is broken down. So if it trades back up, do you just take that entry? Well, it depends on what your target is also. So when I go into a position, I have my stop loss and my target already planned out. I'm not just looking to go long and then or short and I get in there, then I'll figure out where my stop and take profit go. No. I always have a stop and a target in mind before I ever hit enter on the keyboard. So, but if I was, my stop would probably be above this here, and I would be looking for at least a 1.5 to 2 R's, meaning 2 risk units. So if I'm risking 1 to make 2, it would look something like this. Right? But in theory, right, that's just in theory, because I'm telling you right now, that's not a trade I would take, because you have to look at this as support right here. You have to. So at best, if price trades back up to this level and you get short with a stop up there, at best it's a 1-to-1 to the next support. So if you break down below this level here and you start moving down, that will probably be the better opportunity to look for a short down to this level here. So like anywhere in between $28 to 17. If you break down below this support, right now you're ranging at the highs. At the highs, and these are all-time highs. So that's not never where I want to take a short ever. Plus you're coming into the 50s, so this could just be a pullback. You could see Luna rip just like Sol's been doing. Now the problem with it is also you're already above the all-time high. You've already ran several hundreds of percents from the lows put in. You've already ran 822%, almost 1,000%. And no. I would probably maybe buy a test of that support if it holds, but I would need to wait. There's no way I would just take that, not with it being as aggressive as it is right now. Up above, when price is above all-time highs, you're in price discovery. So you take the chance on exhaustion risk. Exhaustion risk means that you can see a big fat bearish candle just drop 40% in a flash because so many people are levered up long on this thing from up here. You would be surprised at how many retail traders are sitting in the red right now that are long Luna. You're long Luna and you're in the red. That's insane. Insane. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. So yeah, just be careful. Be careful. If Bitcoin starts to fall, these things are going to come down hard. And Bitcoin's in an area it needs to get above. Let's see, did he ever respond? Pioneered by James Dalton as farm as I'm aware. TPO is time, price, opportunity, market profile, etc. Market profile. I used to use market profile, but I don't anymore because I can look at the candles and see all the volume that I need to know. Market profile is, in my opinion, better than volume by time because it's volume by price. And these things are moving based on price. It's not moving based on time. No one gives a crap what time it is when price is where it's at. Everybody always cares about where is price. Time is just something that happens. Price is the most important thing when it comes to taking entries. So no, I've never traded that way. Clipper, TPO, time, price, opportunity. Never, ever, ever. His NFT craze, Sol ecosystem NFTs are becoming very popular. Yeah, I know that. I mean, it's insane how people can place value on stickers and gifts. Heath, I need to go to work. Can you check GRT USDT, please? Yeah, thank you for the super chat, my friend. GRT USDT. GRT USDT. So KuCoin. It's having a pullback day like Bitcoin. This one didn't get above resistance though either. So this one didn't break out. This one is stalling at resistance. Your resistance level is at $1.07. $1.07. That's what held price. Right now you're coming into a possible area of supply, but you're coming in fast, very, very quickly. So this level might not hold. Next level of support is going to be here at, let me get the line, right there. So 85 cents. So right now you're trading at what could possibly turn out to be support at 92 cents. Resistance is at 1.07. 107. Next level of support, if this level falls, is going to be 85 cents. And it looks like it's probably, I mean, let's see how the day closes. If the day closes up here, that looks okay because you're still trading inside of this day's range. So even though it looks nasty, you're still trading as an inside day, right? Which is very important because this could just be a pullback into supply or demand. So let's see if this level holds. If you're in a position and you're feeling heat right now, watch it on an hourly. Basically, find you an hourly support zone right there at 90 cents. If you lose that on an hourly, next level, 88 cents, something like that. But I would start thinking about exiting that position if you're in pain, because it looks like this is coming off with some steam, guys. This right here was a massive trap. Big strong push lower, wick to the upside. People thought that was a buying opportunity, and now it's coming down to take that out. Well, it already did. So let's see if it finds support at 92 cents. If it does not, 85 cents will be the next spot. What's up, you early birds? Good morning, my friend. Yeah, man, I hate getting up this early, to be honest with you, but it's the only time my internet works good enough to go live. Dot, please. Yes, let's go look at Dot. DOTUSD. Polka Dot on the Kern base. Coming off hard. That's only 2 hours. Boom, boom. Yeah, this is selling. That's an outside day. See, Dot looks different. Dot is an outside day. Gert's still an inside day. Dot took out the high and the low of the previous day. Let's see. This thing might be... Okay, never mind. You did get a couple bullish days here. That's your range. That's your weekly range expansion. That one candle. We do Bitcoin USD yet? Yeah, we did Bitcoin early on into the stream. Dot looks like it's coming off. There's support here. Right here. All right, 31.81. But it looks like you're going to close below that today. You're right at it, right? You're right at it. And this hourly is not getting any steam. If this hourly can't get above the midpoint of this hourly, then this thing's probably going to come off. But this thing could trade sideways for multiple hours, 5, 6, 7 hours before it takes back off to the downside. Let's see if this holds a support. Next area of possible support is going to be 29.70. 29.70. I don't know if that's daily support, but it's not daily support. There's nothing there on the daily. 8-hour support is down here, so use that one. Here, right there, and then this is 8-hour support right there. This is also 8-hour support. That's what it's struggling with currently. So let's see what happens. Is this the beginning of a real nasty pullback on these? We shall see. That's a pretty big candle, man. That took out several sessions in one session. So let's wait and see what it does. Did I miss Litecoin USD? I haven't done Litecoin yet. Let me just go back up and make sure that I haven't missed anybody's. This is where the psychology becomes important. When I look at this rise of Saw and FOMO, you saw your advice, so helpful. And then I have to wait and not jump on the bullish rise. Yeah, guys, don't look at it as you're missing anything. That's what kills most retail people, is they think they're missing something. What are you missing? A move up 700x? Yeah, but There's literally going to be more of those, right? It happens every single year. There's assets that literally, a few years ago, it was the weed sector, right? The weed sector was literally going crazy, right? All weed things, CGC, Tilray, all these things are just flying to the moon. The year before that, it was biotechs, right? Biotechs just going crazy. I mean, every year something is going crazy because the investors need to curb their voracious appetite for FOMO. And then this year, what did we have? We had GameStop, AMC, you know what I mean? And in the crypto sphere, it's the same thing. And same with Forex. Some of these things will just, you'll catch something. I promise. We'll find something. The problem is I just started going live when these things were already making all-time highs. By the time we run out the bear market and stuff like that, I promise. Watching this channel, you're going to get situated in some nice positions. But I don't see anything else up there, so let me go look at Litecoin. This one? Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. LTC USD. It's been weak compared to everything else. It did. Okay. Yeah, log scale. I like looking at log scale on cryptos. Small thing. I like looking at the log on cryptos. I don't look at log on Forex or on regular stocks. The reason I look at log on cryptos is because when they're moving by percents, and that's what log is. Log is showing you the size of the move in a percentage gain or a percentage loss. So if you take off log, it doesn't really look a whole lot different on the smaller time frames. Where log comes into play is looking at the larger time frames, right? So that's what log looks like. If I take that off, it looks like that's what it really looks like. So like, it's good to look at these things on normal scale so that way you can see just how much it came off, right? Another thing about Litecoin is Litecoin didn't even make all-time highs. So in the biggest bull run of all bull runs that crypto has ever seen, Litecoin didn't even make a new all-time high. So that means it's not as strong as its other counterparts. Bitcoin, Ethereum, basically everything on this watch list made new all-time highs during the bull market phase. This is a blow off top. It is a blow off top. There's no other way to say this. This is a daily. So a lot of people aren't calling Bitcoin a blow off top because it consolidated for several weeks before it had the nasty rip to the downside. Litecoin, high, rip to the downside. That is a blow off top. If you look at that on a weekly, it's absolutely disgusting. Let's get off of this. Let's go back to log and over here. Right? Bullish weeks, pull back. Bullish weeks, pull back. That's a blow off top. That's what a blow off top looks like. So this, even though it took a long time to happen, can still be looked at as a dead cat bounce until you take out this swing high up here, because that's your first lower high, is that weekly high. So until you get above that on Bitcoin as well, you're just making another lower high on the bigger, on the bigger thing, right? Looking at it overall as an asset in itself. But that's a strong week on Litecoin. So can it hold it? We're asking that right now about all cryptos. There's where you want to see it hold as support at 185.97. If Litecoin can stop there, it might not even get down there, but if it does, as long as you don't close a weekly below that price, you're in good shape. So the thing to watch out for to tell if this is a trap or not is this week when it closes, do we close below the low of this candle? If we close below the low of this candle, that will mean that all of last week was an absolute trap, right? And that's when you're going to see these things start to come off, because investors are going to know that's what it is. And then they're going to just exit. I don't know if it's going to go back down to those prices, but even up here, it's extended. So you're at 205.99. It's having a pullback day. Just a day. Yesterday is a nice little pullback. Today is a pullback. Taking out daily support. That's okay. This right here is the breakout. So this is the range that that's important for you, right? Here is daily resistance. So here is the close above daily resistance. So let's look at this. Use your Fibonacci retracement. Take it from this candle's low, because this is your breakout, right? Don't use this whole, you can, I guess, use that whole leg of price. Let's see. Yeah, let's just use it. Let's see what it looks like on the breakout. Mark 2 spots just to get it in there. Let me get it over here. Right there to that high. So 618 for this breakout range is here. So you can watch that if you want. And then you can just take it to here. So 191.25 is as low as, and that would be as close to a support test of this. If it gets there today or tomorrow, that's going to look very disgusting. It's going to make it look like this was only a bull trap. But here is your levels to watch. 191.25, 199.15. As long as it finds support on a daily closing basis at either one of these two levels, I think Litecoin still looks good for more bullish continuation. If it takes out this swing low, then it's over, in my opinion. So yeah, look here and here for the next couple days to come. Here to here. And then obviously wherever today closes will be a support zone for the week to come. But it looks okay, man. Nice strong breakout. It needs to maintain that breakout. 618 needs to hold. Right there. 191.25. Thanks, no problem, my friend. Morning, good morning, says Andrew Capron. VRA USDT on KuCoin. What time is it? Alright. VRA USDT on the Cook's coin. The Cook coin. Looks good. Looks exactly like Litecoin. Yesterday I had a pullback. Today it's having another one. Here's daily resistance. Old daily resistance. And here is another very strong resistance. This one held for 4 days. Look at that. Absolute perfection. Beautiful. Absolute perfection. These are the areas where you need to stop, right? The pullback needs to stop here. Same thing with this is what you can watch is you can watch the 618 from this swing low to that swing high, because this is your impulse leg to the upside. Here, here. You are about at the 618. So we don't want to see that get closed below on this. Otherwise, this swing to the upside is probably done. But it can stop, man. It can find support right where it is right now. Tomorrow, this thing could be a little tiny inside day, and the next day could be a monster bullish candle going up to 52 or zeros, 5, 2. So let's see if it finds support. Right now, it looks okay. It looks exactly the way it needs to look. You could even do something like this if you wanted to kind of just give you an idea as to where you want it to stop going down. Right? Looks like it's pretty close to that area. Stop going down. If it doesn't, and yeah, support test is going to look bad all the way back down to there. So just give it time, right? I'm not assuming that's going to happen. That's the first thing you'll learn. You can't assume anything, and you do not have any expectations. You got to trade like a robot. It's cliche as all get out, I know, but it's the truth. It's not about making money. It's about taking risks at high probable areas. That's all it's about. Some of those risks you're going to win, some of them you're not. And that's trading in a nutshell. So let's watch this area intraday. See, it's already muddled up my chart. I hate charts like this. I absolutely despise them. So I know what I'm looking for, right? I'll just leave that trend line there. because I know the 618's below it. As a matter of fact, I can just put an hourly support right here. See this hourly bearish candle? That's demand right there. So now I can get rid of this disgusting Fibonacci. There we go. That looks a little better. So we don't want to see an hourly closure below 38. 0.038. Do not want to see that. And if you're not understanding why I put it on the top of the candle and not the close, I just put out a new video yesterday explaining all of that. It's called Supply and Demand. Please give that a check. You guys could share it too if you want. That would be fantastic. Because that's going to be one of the best definitions or explanations for supply and demand you're ever going to get. I dare say that an easy way to explain the log scale is simple to look at the actual scale on right and zoom out. Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. Because the actual scale is actually better for people to look at, in my opinion, because you actually see where it is and how disgusting some of these things look. Right? Here's a weekly for you on normal scale. Look at this. This is normal. And then the bull of all bulls, just absolute explosion to the upside, 400 million%. All right, what is that? 13,941%. So yeah, a lot of people got really, really rich that year, and then pull back, almost back to the bottom. That's a pump. That's a dump. Crazy, but you're right back up at almost highs again, so it's bullish. This was weekly support or weekly resistance. You got a big strong close above that. So let's see, this is that hourly. You could just take all this junk off the chart, remove drawings, and do this. Boom, weekly close below 0.37, exit, get out. As long as that level holds on a weekly closing basis, you're probably going to get bullish continuation. It's as simple as that. And it's a nice clean chart because you can think. Excuse me. Thanks, Heath. You're welcome. Hello. Hello. Sure, Moine. Hello yourself. 2 weeks I asked you if you were there a possibility of shorter term time frame Wyckoff distribution for Bitcoin on a daily playing out. I'm wondering your thoughts. Also, check out BTC on the 2-week RSI. Let's go look at it. I love to look at charts. So the 2-week, huh? Yeah, there's a 2-week supply zone. I talked about that. I can't remember when I talked about it, but I talked about it. Here it is. Let's get rid of everything. Everything, not just that one. Everything must go. Here. 2-week supply zone. Last week you closed under it. Or last 2 weeks. So there's 5 days and 14 hours left on this until you have a close. So technically Bitcoin hasn't proven anything to us, right? Because it can close lower. If this candle, this 5 days, if this thing closes red, that's going to look ugly. It's going to look ugly. But if it closes above, that's going to look good too. It's gonna look good. All right, so what did you want me to look at? The RSI on the 2-week? Oh, that's not gonna bring it up. You know what, let's put that line on there. No, I don't like it. It has to go. Sorry, guys. All right, that line screws me up. So yeah, there's a bounce at the 50, an absolute perfect test. Look at that, man. That's called bots and algorithms. Perfect test. Just, I mean, you can't get no prettier. Shook. And then the bots and algorithms got turned on to buy. It was in the sell. Buy. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. It looks productive. 2-week close above that, and it's in 5 days. So this week's going to be vital for Bitcoin. And we've already discussed it. As I said, this is the 1 week, right? That this isn't it. We got a 1 week close above that 618. So just barely. It was just a barely close above. So this is important week for Bitcoin. It has to pull back into support and it has to hold support. This is that 2-week area. So Bitcoin can pull back into that and it still be good. And as a matter of fact, it'd probably be a decent buying area. It doesn't look bad on the weekly. The daily looks a little scary, but it's not, right? It's not bad on the weekly. Not bad on the weekly. All right, guys, I'm going to have to wrap it up. Is there any FUD floating around to cause these dumps? I'm sure there is, my friend. I'm sure there is. A lot of people give me thumbs down. I don't know why. It's the voice, or they think I'm stupid, or who knows. A lot of it is just YouTube is putting it out there, and YouTube might have put it on someone's page that doesn't even like trading, that isn't a trader, right? They're not an investor and stuff like that, so they hit the thumbs down button just so that way they don't get it anymore. I do it. I mean, I don't care about the thumbs down, Michelle. It's all good. I got tough skin. I know that some people appreciate what I'm doing, and that's good enough for me. I don't need millions of subscribers. To be honest with you, I'm not ready to have more than I got right now. It's already enough work. So I'm good. I like it right where I'm at. It's nice, kosher, calm, collective. Everybody is a friend. You start getting a lot of people, then you start finding more enemies. But yeah, as far as FUD, don't even worry about it, Andrew. Just pay attention to opens and closes on the daily basis. As long as you're paying attention to where price is closing every single day, it does not matter what the news has to say. Some fundamentals are good to understand, like right now the Fed with the dollar, obviously. That's a good thing to know, right? The Fed is going to continue their bond buyback purchasing and all that stuff. So the dollar's likely to head south. Likely. Doesn't mean it will. Likely to. So just don't even worry about news. Just pay attention to your technicals. You know where support is. You know where resistance is. Play inside of those lines. Take high probable setups. Leave the FOMO at the door. You guys have a fantastic day. Sorry I didn't see no setups other than Euro USD. Let's see if it's playing out. I don't know if it will. It looks like it's not. Let's go to the hourly. Yeah, no, see? Boom, that's a fake out. I didn't take the position because I was live, but I'm glad I didn't. I would have got stopped out. There it is. So we may be seeing a pullback on the dollar, right? It's normal. It's been selling off for quite a few days now. Here it is. Boom, 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 right? So the dollar can go all the way up to 92.50 and still continue on its journey to the downside. If I can get this line here, 92.52. Let's see what happens when it gets up there. Down here, I don't care about it. I don't care about it. Up here, I want to watch it. I want to see if it holds as support, or if this level holds as resistance. If it does, then I can start looking for some trades. Have a fantastic day, guys. If you have any questions, or if I missed your question, feel free to drop it down in the comment section below. I answer every single question. I've also found by answering or responding to every single question, I don't get fake trade talks giving you their WhatsApp numbers. So maybe I figured out a way to avoid that by simply just responding to every comment. Just drop them in the comment section. I will respond one way or the other. If it is a question, I will answer it. Make sure you guys trade safe, trade smart, and happy trading, everybody.